5D to me is a great title. 5D means it's everything. 2D is traditional filmmaking. 3D is 3D movie making. 4D is something that will be better than 3D. And no one knows what 5D is yet. So when you go to 5D, to me it says like, there's a whole bunch of stuff we don't know yet, and we're going to try to figure out what it is. I'm interested in the design of motion pictures, but only when it's linked to the story. I want to see visual structure and story structure linked together. My goal is to explain visual structure in a way that you can look at a story and say, I see how these two have to mesh together. I see the way the visual structure has to support the story. That's the only purpose of the visual structure, is to tell the story. And it must be linked to the story. So you have to understand the story, and then you can do the visuals. The great thing about the last 2 years in motion pictures, in visual technology, is that you have the ability to truly do anything you want. Before it was like, well, we can almost do anything you want. We can try to do anything you want. There really aren't any limitations. There's no gap between animation, video games, live action. They're all the same thing now. You can do anything you want in any of them. You just have to have a great story, great characters, something compelling to talk about, and then there's no barriers. I think in the next 2 years, what we're going to see is those things that you imagine will become easier to do. It won't be about this technological thing that has to happen. It won't be this giant pipeline anymore. It'll get simpler and easier and more accessible, and therefore you'll be able to spend more time on the design aspects and the aesthetics and not worry so much about the mechanics and the technical side of it, because it'll be off the shelf. Collaboration is the most important thing, because making a movie is so difficult. Making a video game is so difficult. Anything visual that you do can be so complicated now that you need a lot of people to do it. And so it's bringing those people together and getting those ideas out into the open, spitballing it around, thinking of other things, because every time you get that group together, the walls get bigger, the envelope gets larger, and that's critical, or everything's going to look the same. We want to experiment.